Hello and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the OSO Philippines National Social Media 4K and 7K Tournament 2022. I am Sir-Q85, and alongside with me in the commentary booth is Yukina Meng.
How is everyone right now, my beautiful fellows? It is I, Jarek, aka Yukina Meng.
We cannot say the more proper way to say that username nga lang kasi baka maano tayo, baka madali tayo.
But yeah.
But anyways,
welcome back. Welcome back, sir.
Well, I've been missing yesterday pretty much due to some personal stuff, but I'm glad to be back in the commentary booth for the meantime. And anyways, we have a 7K match for you for this hour. This is between bojii and shadowsong0916. Ano nga bang network is 0916? Globe ba yan?
09. Teka, 0916? I think that's smart. Kasi may number akong smart.
Is it 0916 bang smart? Smart ba din yan?
Hey chat, sino bang marunong ng mga SIM cards? I'm betting that's smart. Okay, actually bojii just said globe.
Oh my god. Bojii is listening to the stream, I
He's
bet.
He's listening. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. And what is this? Oh, look at that. Another map ads, guys. It's by himself.
That is one heck of a background, I think.
I mean, who's that again? I think that's Sakura from Naruto, diba? With the horns.
Di ko ano eh. Oh, hit sounds.
Ooh, hit sounds.
Tayo sa hit sounds ito ah.
Hit sounds. Galing.
Yeah, bojii chart. Expecting rice?
Yeah. I mean, that's a bit too general. I'm guessing this is like chord streams oriented. Hindi ko alam. Oh, this is definitely a bit of streams lang.
Uy, ano yun?
Ano yan? Left bias, my god.
Nako, good luck sa mga right thumb.
Diyos ko. Bruh. So I'm guessing this is something like a Rise 5 but lesser density on the chords. I don't know.
Ewan ko kasi medyo ano siya eh. Medyo all over the place in difficulty konti. May madali, may mahirap.
May madali oo nga no. So there's actually no estimation for the difficulty aside from it's Rise with chords with a bit of LN and some sudden streams, I guess.
I mean, wala namang full stream section. More, ano lang siya?
Wala, oo.
Merge bursty lang siya na chart yun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the term. Yeah, it's burst. That.
Also, saan kinuha ni bojii to music ito? Kung maano lang?
All I can say is that this is the music I hear from anime song. You know, yung mga anime compilations sa TikTok, parang ganun. This is what I hear every time.
Oh, may budots naman.
Budots, oh go! Yo! Budots!
Oh, di ba? Parang
di ba? Budots! Legit. Oh my goodness, this is Budots. I need this music, bro. I actually need to clip this. I will put an overlay for Davao.
Yung ano?
Yes,
Davao
yes.
Mix Club. Ganun.
DJ. And as you can see, really with the hashtag map ads here, bojii really dominating 99.79. That's great.
I am expecting din magpapamap ads dito si Shadowsong sa
That
warm-up
would be
niya.
great. That would be great. That would be a very great map ad.
Kasi lahat ng warm-ups niya ano, puro map ads eh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I have like for the first time that I'm on commentary, and there's the warm-ups. Usually kasi last year, madaming mga mga meme stuff and everything, ganun. But now it's like more of a map ads now. Map ads and some really good
Oh wait.
Auto jump based.
But this song is giving me 4K tournament PTSD. Oh my god.
What song?
Ano tournament ginamit to? Oh, story in Everlasting Princess. If I'm not mistaken, we had a chart of this na 4K doon sa nako, kung sasabihin ko anong taon to, parang sabihin old man na eh. MWC 4K 2016 group stage, if I'm not mistaken.
That's old. I haven't.
Yeah, kaya ako parang pagkarinig ko, wait, why am I getting PTSD?
Oh my.
Correct me if I'm wrong ha, kasi medyo ano na eh, ilang taon na rin yun. Pero naalala ko talaga to, there was a tournament that used this. 4K tournament ka na siya.
Considering that there weren't many that much VODs that I witnessed back in 2016, I really don't know this music. Oh my god. Okay.
I mean, it's a lead you chart. You can't
it's a lead you chart. Like, I know, but... This is something you see on Finals Week 1, to be honest. These are the types of difficulties.
Di rin. Finals Week 1 won't have full LN na ganito ata kahaba unless kung ano plano nila ano.
I mean, if like actually full LN, that would be a good thing. Pero I don't know.
I mean, on that difficulty siguro medyo alanganin pa. Hindi ko sure Hindi ko rin pwede i-spoil eh. Inverted bracket. Oh my god.
Oh no, dude. What's two things you must not combine? Brackets and versus. What is that? I mean, yeah, expect a region chart, but yeah, it's something you see on O2 Jam. My goodness. So I'm seeing right now, Shadowsong is actually really stepping up here with this map. Oh my god.
Tarap nun ah.
Tarap nun. Grabe. Okay, some mashings here and there. Some slight mashing and then some stream inverses. Okay. When will we get to the jack parts? Okay. I think the difficulty is trying to build up here. Alright, some small mashings I see. Shadowsong is really the practice for this warm-up, I see.
Ooh,
Oh my.
ano tawag dito? Yes, 16 bit, 32 bit. I kind of forgot.
It's with inverses and it's 30 seconds. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what's the term for that, but
May actual term yan eh. I forgot what maple
is it
syrup
30?
called.
I don't really
30,
know. Basta,
meron, yung 8-bit yun yung parang yung chords kanina. Tapos meron din 16-bit, meron 32-bit. Nakalimutan ko lang yung difference nung nung tatlo.
My goodness. How can I say that map? That map is like pretty much full LN. It's like, you know.
Pero both were not really indicative of the pools at least.
Yeah.
Malalaman natin yan kung ano mangyayari depending on how both of these players are going to protect ban and pick.
Yeah, it's
But
all
for the
up to, but
meantime,
yeah, like seeing right now, like feel ko lang na si Shadowsong mas preferred niya yung LN and hybrids considering the warm-ups.
uy, 98 roll.
Oh, 98. Will we get a 99 in this? That's a really 2% chance there. Oh, never mind.
So it will be bojii who will be doing the first protect. We'll have to see. Kasi kung anong gagawin ni bojii dito. Maybe, maybe speed test? Maybe rain?
It's really up to what they will protect or what will they ban, to be honest. But
like, let's say,
more on
maybe rain would be a good protect for bojii if he wants to go for the Ak route. Violet might also be a good protect kung gusto niya like to avoid that getting banned.
But yeah, bojii.
Oh, never mind. Sakura Yozora instead.
Sakura Yozora. Yeah, he protected Sakura Yozora.
Protecting the hybrid here for bojii.
Interesting.
Hybrid. Okay. Okay, now shadowsong will be the one protecting. If I were him, like if he wants to take advantage of his release power, I think you'd want to protect Koei Shikong or Canon. And okay, there you go. Koei Shikong getting protected.
Koei Shikong. That's how you pronounce it. I had a hard time pronouncing that yesterday. Koei Shikong. Okay, that's food for thought, I guess.
Now, shadowsong0916 will be having the ban. Now, dito, since the race is pretty wide open, you'd actually want to ban one of them if I were Shadowsong. And there you go, Finark Deer.
Pretty much, because I think the strategy here is to ban protecting LNs and just not pick the accuracy based rise as possible. But yeah, or maybe they're just protecting, or they're just protecting the banger songs.
And bojii will be banning Canon. Baka ayaw sa auto dyan. Ganun lang. I mean, I kind of have an idea why bojii might want to ban that. But
because it releases LN.
It's really releases, and I think unless bojii is switching things up, like I think a lot of people know that per se LNs are a thing. And from my knowledge, bojii is the one who's using that, and Canon isn't really the friendliest chart to play on the Percy skin.
Yeah, pretty much. When it comes to releases and coordination, Percy skin is not your friend here, and that's with 4v2. So I can
and bojii will
why.
be picking red, a Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, really picking the Rice 6 here, the variety of Rice that's gonna be undergoing these two players. We'll have to see which one is actually excelling on this kind of patterns. Well, it's not really that much because it's pretty much mixed from all of the other 5 Rice charts. But still, I gotta say, this is really, how do you say this one? This is personally my favorite one in the match pool of the quarterfinals. I don't know why.
Fair enough.
I mean, yeah, it's 2DX, but come on, I like the music. All right, we're starting off with red by Full Metal Jacket here. First rice pick, rice 6 mix rice. So it's up to how much they can keep up combo on this one.
I mean, there's some elements that they have to be careful with, but again, as most of the rice picks here, the biggest naman talaga yung difficulty. And we're seeing bojii's accuracy advantage overall showing up 99.8, almost like 99.9, I think. But he drops a 200, that will drop his accuracy just a tad bit. But shadowsong still behind by at least 0.6% in accuracy, but both players are above 99% at least. shadowsong is within striking distance in case bojii commits a mistake, but as it stands, bojii is pretty much playing cleanly.
Yeah,
no one really getting
fit of missing here. Accuracy is just going high end for bojii here. shadowsong is really impressive at this one, getting no full combos, and never mind, shadowsong just missed, but still under 90. It's still in 99 though. That's still good.
shadowsong kind of getting faced by those stair patterns. They're getting a more consecutive drops here, giving bojii just a tad bit more of a margin for his lead. Still at 99.83% accuracy, and shadowsong kind of struggling with these transitions now. The further shadowsong drops, the more the lead will be going on bojii's end. And bojii just super phenomenal with his accuracy right now.
I'm seeing absolutely no signs of bojii dropping here at all. The accuracy is just going up on him. shadowsong really getting those misses though, but still a very impressive run for this kind of maps. We're already approaching at the end. Like, I don't see any remorse here whatsoever of getting the lead back, but bojii's lead is just going bigger and bigger.
shadowsong really struggling to keep up, only reaching the 400 combo at the end there. And bojii, what is that accuracy? Can you...
What is that? Almost a double S! That's a 1/200 there! That's actually a really good score! No, like low-key, that is like something you see on... That's actually what you see on like really high-end players here. Really, bojii really flexing it with this accuracy and ratio, man. Insane performance.
And shadowsong needs to be going for LN3, his protect here, I think.
Yeah, it's Queshikong.
It is protect. Yeah. LN3. Kako LN2 yung pagkabasa ko. Anyways, shadowsong might be going for a free point as well.
So this is, like I said, the Percy check map here, Queshikong. So
something to note lang. Like, shadowsong LN Act has been pretty good based on that warm-up. I mean, it's carrying 98% of the full LN chart. So this is a massive advantage for him, at least, unless bojii has other plans.
I mean, things can go from here to there, but we're just really basing off what we see from warm-ups and like the past matches they have. So there could be a shift of pace.
shadowsong dropping some early 200s here. That's not going to help his cause at least. But at least it's super early and we're not yet at the main difficulty of the chart just yet.
And it's a relatively long chart, so there's still actually time to get the lead back. But it's really up to how they manage the releases here, because that's not the hardest part yet.
And bojii
is under 99.
bojii is managing these releases very well at 99.7% act. shadowsong getting some stray 200s here and there, not really going to help his cause. bojii getting a 200 of his own on these harder coordination sections, and slowly dropping some accuracy, but not at the rate where shadowsong has been leaking 200s. But both players are definitely dropping accuracy though. bojii getting a few straight 200s as well, but still at 99.2% accuracy. Both players still holding full combo at least. The shadowsong needs to pick up on that accuracy game if he wants to get back the striking distance in case bojii shows some instability here.
Well, right. Okay. So where are we now? We're already halfway of the chart here. bojii still on 99.3. Shadowsong actually getting the 99.5. Not really close, but we're seeing recoveries from accuracy, but it's still long though. There's still more time to.
And bojii getting a drop.
Miss.
And that's what I meant by bojii showing some signs of instability. Shadowsong does need to pick up on that accuracy still though, since bojii has been holding on to the accuracy advantage, has been saving him, despite shadowsong still carrying a full combo in this release chart. And bojii committing yet another one. Shadowsong getting some signs of hope here a bit. But he needs to hold on to that full combo, maybe even raise that accuracy still, as I have been mentioning moments ago.
Yeah,
since there's still quarter of the chart remaining, but you cannot afford to commit any additional mistakes. Especially for bojii here, you are still holding on to that lead though.
But the lead is going slower. It's shrinking on bojii's end.
And bojii getting yet another drop. 2 consecutive drops that will give the lead to shadowsong0916. Ooh, shadowsong getting the spoil the skin of his teeth.
Shadowsong actually managing to FC this chart, or like with 5k points here. Shadowsong was able to stabilize.
Look at the accuracy difference of these two players. Yeah. The ratio really being on bojii's end, but those consecutive misses at the end from bojii giving Shadowsong the point, and Shadowsong managing to protect his own pick.
Yeah, few misses.
And now we're in a virtual best of 9.
Oh, what are they gonna pick? Oh, they're gonna be picking
bojii is going
test.
to pick speed test.
Okay, this is a test of speed with increasing BPMs.
Thank you, Mr. Obvious.
Yeah, we're yesterday with me and Paul, we talked about this speed test. Pretty much, we're saying like, oh, it's stage 1, and then we just kept saying stage 2, stage 3, because the BPM just goes higher and higher as the map progresses. So that's how we separated commentary on that yesterday.
Yeah, we saw Shadowsong struggle a bit on the Bursty stairs on one of the earlier picks. And this chart is really heavily reliant on that stair ability and maybe some minor delay ability as well. bojii really taking advantage of his rise in this matchup at least. This might run down to be an Rice versus LN match, but the hybrids might throw a spanner in the works here, but we'll have to see later on. As bojii getting some initial lead here, getting the 81% accuracy, and Shadowsong also carrying 99% accuracy, but is slowly dropping 200s. Actually dropping never mind about 99%, it was 98.3 for Shadowsong. Then 16, struggling to maintain that accuracy, but still getting on that full combo. But early sizable advantage here from bojii. Here's some more comfortable stairs at least to hit. Shadowsong faring just a tad bit better on these stairs, but still dropping accuracy here and every now and then. bojii still carrying 99.81%, and as we enter the main break section, like the calm section before the storm at the end, bojii very comfortable.
The BPM rises here, and the BPM rises, but bojii's accuracy is still a solid 99.81. Shadowsong getting the 99.5. No combo breaks so far, but as far as accuracy goes, bojii really killing it with this one.
bojii not getting phased by these delayed alternating stairs.
Right, approaching with the stairs and a bit of delays here, but mostly stairs. Broken stairs, actually. And approaching at the end of the map, I don't see any signs of bojii missing, or actually both players missing at all.
bojii
And last
on
play,
pace to get a
concluding the delay.
995.
What
Oh,
is that
992.
score?
Oh.
992.
Ooh.
And
Only one
another
to. Oh.
1-200, guys. What is that score? 1-200. That's almost a double S. How do you do that? Yeah, it's a really great sign. bojii is really gonna be 1-200ing all of these rice picks I see.
I mean, there's rain.
Yeah, there's
There's
rain, but
rain. I
yeah,
mean,
I
that's
don't know.
possibly bojii's best chance to get a V1 double S, but that depends. Anyway,
Yeah,
so it will be Shadowsong's pick this time around.
at this point, seeing the strategy here right now,
And we'll be seeing
Shadowsong
follow
has to be
tomorrow.
getting. Yeah, he's really draining all of these LN charts. Pretty
Actually, no.
much.
Something to note lang. Notice na medyo iniiwasan pa ni Shadowsong yung LN2.
Yeah, that is true.
I think it's pretty straightforward. Why Aquarium Palette is still being avoided? Because LN2 is the nearest chart you have to a rice pick.
That is true.
Yeah, it's as close as you could get a rice pick in the LN pool. So it kind of makes sense for Shadowsong to avoid that until now, but we'll have to see since it's the remaining LN pick. And the hybrids are kind of shaky. At least for both of these when both of these players are concerned. But if bojii is protecting Sakura Yozora,
I like how
gonna be funny.
I like how the chat just says Shadowsong avoided that map because VTuber. I mean, that can be one reason why, but as far as I'm seeing, that is the only map that's Rise. But anyways, follow tomorrow, right? LN4, which is a mixed LN, so it's pretty much a combination of all of the remaining LNs.
I mean, it's arguably the hardest LN pick of the pool as well. Like the slower density with releases, some shield usages, shadows, but bojii is showing some of that accuracy advantage here. Maybe these harder LNs are kind of favoring bojii just a tad bit, but Shadowsong is still within striking distance with these dense LN patterning here.
And bojii's accuracy is almost matching Shadowsong, but that's, I think, one of the hardest part of the map with those bracket LNs there. So there's time to restore their accuracies here.
I mean, that's like 0.3% accuracy advantage here for bojii. Shadowsong does need to pick up on that accuracy game, as I've been mentioning earlier, because because Huawei Gong might be something that bojii is just the shakiest on. Shadowsong dropping that combo that is not going to help his cause here. bojii with an overwhelming advantage here as we enter the halfway point of the chart. bojii really having fun with these LNs. Yeah, not really that much of an accuracy dropping with bojii in general. He's actually gaining accuracy almost at 99.5. And there you go, he's already at 99.5 as he entered the final quarters of the chart. Dropping some of those 200s, but it's not going to be enough to give Shadowsong the lead as he gets another drop here. Shadowsong really not having a chance to get his second point, and bojii will be grabbing the first break point of the match. Yeah, very clean run from bojii.
Considering it's like the hardest LN pick of this one, that score is very impressive. Considering it's still 24 200s, but FCing this one alone is something else, to be honest.
It will be bojii's pick. Now I want to see rain. I want to see rain just for the accuracy.
Yeah, same. I just want to see both players having
Ooh, okay.
competition of
Okay.
ratio here.
Bodji
Oh,
picking Aquero palette.
well, that's the I think that's the last LN pick here. They're really gonna be draining out all the LN picks and
I
everything.
actually like this pick. I like this pick. You remember
I
when
mean,
I
yeah,
mentioned? I mean, I did mention Aquero palette being the nearest chart to a full-on rice cold stream here in the LN pool.
mhm.
But like, Bodji has to be careful of those releases, though. I mean, it's not really. It's not. These releases are not really that hard. Just just needs to be careful with basically trying to not drop accuracy at all. Shadow Song needs, as I've been mentioning on the earlier Ellen picks, he needs to pick up on the accuracy game as well. But as risky as this pick is for Bodley, this is still one of his better picks. And we're seeing some accuracy dropping from Boji at least. But Shadow Song is at 98.5. Very rough start here accuracy wise for Shadow Song. Both players still carrying on onto that full combo as we're just building up really to the main motif of the chart. I mean, you see these reverting stairs going to trills. And that transition, Shadow Song getting a drop there. But like, once this coordination section ends, I mean, we're going to get to that reverting stair pattern, which I think Boji will be getting as possibly one of the better accuracies in this section. And he's actually gaining, I mean, losing a tad bit of those 200s, but Shadow Song is leaking accuracy faster, way faster than Boji is. But Boji hovering around 99.10 accuracy. So that's actually not really helping Boji at least, but still getting onto the getting that full combo. Now to the hardest section of the chart to act. Really not really having problems here. Parasol dropping yet some accuracy still, but getting a sizable combo. But with Boji still getting a full combo at 99.3% act, like Boji has a stronghold on that advantage.
So Shadow Song is really trying to get the accuracy back though, but considering that miss previously, the lead is just going solid on Boji here. And approaching on this density type of the LNs here. And I'm seeing both players not seeing any signs of dropping at all. Boji really going strong with the 99.17 here. Shadow Song still having to get the 99.60. I think there's
98. That's 98.6.
Oh, sorry. That's 98. Okay, never mind.
Boji really dominant on this pick. As I mentioned, this is one of Boji's better picks in the LN pool. But Shadow Song really just falling short of the accuracy front as well as the combo front. But ever since that miss, Shadow Song has practically a full combo to chart. But it's just Boji really with that overwhelming advantage here.
Really nice performance here for both players, but Boji is really dominating with the 6,000 combo here. No misses at all. And also a very decent LN ratio, if I may say. So, yeah, that's going to be a 4-1 for Boji here. And it's going to be
Now,
Shadow Song.
if you're Shadow Song though, what are you going to pick?
Hybrid, pretty
Hybrid.
much.
I mean, yeah, hybrid, pero hybrids are not really the most straightforward charts to play.
Oh, and and I think they're playing Blue Evenfall. Yeah,
What?
they're playing. What? Oh my goodness, we're gonna be seeing some trills, everyone.
Oh my goodness! Okay, I'm kind of happy that I'm seeing my own chart in this match, pero I
But
doubt this is a
yeah,
good pick for Shadow Song.
yeah, like I said, like this is hybrid, but I don't know, man. This is some.
I doubt this is a good pick because
Yeah,
it's super technical and
it's super technical, and I don't. It's pretty much like tech with LN. That's all I can say from this one because I
like
did play
bojii
this.
is like one of the better technical players in their roster as well. Unless he's counting on bojii messing up somewhere.
Yeah.
But if bojii messes up somewhere, it's also a risk for you personally, I think.
All right, approaching some drills here. I think this is gonna go faster as we progress.
Both players not really getting faced with those polyrhythm style stuff. But Shadow Sun dropping an early 200 though. And already below 99% accuracy. That is not going to help his cause.
All right, here we go.
And here we go to
Here
the
we
main
go.
difficulty of the chart. No one dropping combo. This is super surprising at least.
But bojii is still having the 99.5 here. Shadow Song already under 98. He's really struggling to hit those technical patterns there.
Shadow Song actually hitting super early.
Yeah, as I'm seeing from the hit distribution, Shadow Song's hit distribution is very on the left. Very dominant on the left here.
Might be.
bojii still having 99.63, getting something.
How do you act this?
How do you act this? How do you get accuracy on tech hybrids like these? I mean,
he did drop 200s, but
yeah,
still,
but
how do you get high act on this chart? Hello?
Pretty much this is the stream of the crop. Technical, and add some bit of LNs here and there, but I'm just surprised that you can. It's possible to get 99 for
and Shadow Song
missed
that polyrhythm piano thingy. I forgot what you call this pattern, but let's just say polyrhythms. OD8. You have to mention this is on OD8 as well. So bojii getting 99.6% act on this chart is super impressive. What? bojii did not lose act on that section. What? bojii, what are you doing? He's gaining act. He's gaining act.
Really. Oh
no!
What happened there? No.
We cursed him.
No, that was. Oh man, that was so unfortunate.
Oh my god, but still that drop was super clean. Not really dropping that accuracy that went 99.57. Oh man, what could have been on that full combo though?
Oh my!
It wasn't even a. It wasn't even.
It wasn't
just
even
an Ellen break.
It was slider break. It was a
an Ellen
break.
Oh man, that's brutal.
What even is this? So it didn't even impact a lot of the score. It's just a slider break. My goodness, that's going to be a match point in favor for bojii here, 5-1.
And it'll be
honestly, I just want to see
bojii's pick as well.
Here. I just want to see both players playing Rain at this moment. I just want to see who.
I want to see bojii pick Rain.
Rain! Oh, yes, he's listening, guys. He's listening, guys. I know it.
Okay. How many 300s are you predicting?
I'm guess. What's the highest one so far? Is it from Kura,
I haven't seen the other scores.
I
guess
guessing
two digit, 300.
Two digit. I'm betting on 60 here, maybe 60, somewhere around 60 to 70 on this one.
Oh man, one digit. Lakma's mentioning one digit 300s in the Twitch chat. That would be epic to see. But I doubt that would happen.
Dude, I like how the chat on the match right now and the chat on Twitch are actually interacting with the commentators themselves. Because I just asked how much the 300s will be here, and shadowsong literally just had 20 300s. So yeah, it's pretty much betting here at this moment. I'm going for 60 to 70 here. Yes, we're gonna be seeing rain, guys.
Rain possibly to close out this match, but we'll have to see bojii's accuracy here. Already turning off autoplay super early.
But still, 99.96. I mean, there's
Vocal
still yet to
jacks,
come,
by
but
the way.
yeah. bojii really has, both players really have to maintain accuracy here. And as I'm seeing, like, the scorer accuracy is not really that high, but that's still the early part of the map, but there's still yet to come.
shadowsong not really doing bad, 99.85. But
Well,
when your
doing bad,
opponent is
that's
getting
actually
99.95, that's something you have to consider. I mean, like, this is kind of nerve-wracking in a way, because you cannot afford to commit any mistakes because of how close the accuracies are. shadowsong already dropping to 99.8, I think, just hovering on 99.8, and bojii still getting at 99.95. That is a super tight hit distribution there from bojii.
99.96? What? I mean, both players are doing really impressive FCs here. Just 200s, it's gonna cost a lot of them, but
this is like
goodness.
on pace we're going to see like a 998, 999, 998 with both of these players at least. Actually, possibly 997 for shadowsong at this rate. As we enter the final quarter of the chart, let's see.
Alright, approaching the hardest part of the map. bojii still 99.96 here. shadowsong still 99.82. I don't see any drops here and there.
Oh, let's stay quiet. Baka may masabi tayo eh.
Tahimik tayo, guys. Wag muna.
Oh man, bojii is still gaining ass.
I'm speechless at this point, dude. I don't want to curse anyone here. And
Well, it's
already
almost
approaching.
done. It's almost done.
97?
Oh man,
What is that
9927777. Okay, 39.
Oh my goodness. 999k.
This is a group stage act. Wow.
What is that?
This is group
Absolutely.
stage act.
Even shadowsong has a good score, but my goodness. bojii's ratio here is really showing up. And that's gonna be it. 6-1 and in favor for bojii.
shadowsong
bojii is gonna be
0916 will
advancing to
be,
semifinals here.
and
My
shadowsong will have to
goodness.
be relegated to the lower bracket.
Yeah,
but
even the chat is saying ginawang 4K daw. My
oh
God.
my, ginawang 4K.
Hi. Congratulations for bojii for winning quarterfinals against shadowsong, advancing to semifinals here. And
shadowsong will
can
be
we
dropping
see the
to.
bracket here?
Okay, let's see the brackets if Toglet is able to show it to us.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's gonna be semifinals. And
Oh,
shadowsong is
bojii
going under.
Sunny. Ooh.
bojii Sunny. Oh my God.
Oh man, we also have a spicy matchup later as well at 6 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. Or 7 p.m. I kind of forgot the time. So we have Berry and Lack Points as well. The only 7K match remaining for this weekend. And shadowsong, since he lost this match, he'll be relegated to the losers bracket. And will be facing Nathan on Mania, who was showing impressive form as well. Nathan on Mania wasn't able to play this weekend though, since Arch Fangirl did drop and is basically considered as a bye.
Yeah. So a lot of the losers
that might
brackets
be an
really
interesting
here.
match, I think. Shadowsong and Nathan Mania. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see that.
Well, with that, we'll be back in
Now,
Anong oras ba?
a few minutes.
we'll be
because
back
the next
in
match-
15 minutes for a
Yeah.
4K match between Apple and 4K. That is a very
That
good
is-
matchup. Oh my god.
god! Good luck to the commentators here. This is gonna be one good match, actually.
Well, with that, well, we'll save the hype for that later. This is Q85 and Yukina Meng in the commentary booth. We'll see you. This is the Also for the Sashas, also made 4K, 7K Tournament 2022. We'll see you guys later.